Attention all ballers, trendsetters, and go-getters. This one's for you. This young millionaire is shaking up the status quo, breaking down barriers and connecting young people to financial awareness and the world of cryptocurrency. Hey guys, welcome to this special episode of Power Moves. Yeah, and we've got something really good for you. You know what? We've interviewed in all of our history amazing icons, legends, millionaire trendsetters, but never one like you're about to meet today, right here at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. 24-year-old Bryce Thompson, who held his Millennial 3 conference at the stadium, and it was a 2-day financial literacy marathon. It was amazing. But we got an opportunity to sit down with Bryce and talk to him about his journey and how he got to where he is today and what he has to share with you about financial literacy, about career moves, and about decision making around your environment. Yes, we hope this will help you, your associates. So let's jump right in. Let's go. Our first question, how does it feel to be at the cutting edge in an industry that is heating up across the globe?
All right. I'm gonna be honest, it's exciting, it's thrilling, it's fulfilling. It can get overwhelming at the same time. Just to backtrack where I've come just within the last 4-year span and to where I am now. Even walking in the stadium today was just overwhelming, just seeing. We started with events of like 500 people, so the thing we put in 14,000 in a stadium is just overwhelming. And the fact that people are coming together, and this is not just a stadium of fans, these are a stadium of people that will one day be on the stage too. That's the most fulfilling part about all of it. If I could put it into one word, I would say hope. I think this event gives everybody hope. You got events and performances and festivals out there, and people, they come, they buy a ticket, and they get an experience. But with these events, you get an experience, but you also get knowledge, you also get inspiration, you also get motivation, things you didn't know, and people that are in the places that you want to be and that you can be at some point. So the drive for everybody that comes to these events is like, hey, I'm coming to this event, but by the time this event happens again, I no longer will be in the crowd, I'm gonna be the person on the stage. So people, when they come to these events that we've been doing for the last 2 years, I would like to think of it as income. It's just an income producing activity all weekend long. Like people are coming, getting a good vibe, great energy. But at the end of the day, people are coming to get knowledge to take back with them, to spread to their families, their communities, and at some point do something even bigger.
Bryce agrees that environment and the people you associate with can mean success or failure in life.
Like everybody says, environment is everything. And you can't choose your family, but in some ways, people that you meet along the way, friends, they'll play a bigger part in your life than your family. So, everybody's not blessed with, supportive family or friends, but they are out there. And sometimes you gotta leave in order to lead. You gotta leave your current situation, the people that you hang around, to go follow something greater, so you can go back and lead the people that you left. So for anybody that may not be in the best situation, you gotta really, put all of your focus into following something greater than yourself.
The proud Morehouse grad says his family were instrumental in getting him to and through college.
I didn't necessarily choose to go to Morehouse. My mom kind of sort of made me, in a way. I got a full ride to go to Prairie View A&M back in my hometown. And I didn't really feel the vibe. And my mom wanted me to go off to school. Like she wanted me to go, meet new people from different places, which was a blessing. So it was a great decision. But as far as Morehouse, Morehouse is just unique in what they offer. You got a lot of different people from all of these different cities, states that ultimately want to go to Morehouse just because of the tradition. And when you go to Morehouse, you meet all of these different people that want the same thing as you. They want to be successful. And I can't say that about every single institution around the world, but Morehouse has provided me a crazy network. I got friends in every single state, city. I know somebody that's there because of my attendance and my time that I spent at Morehouse. And just to be honest, I think college in general is just unique in what it offers, because that's the one time that you get to go be around people that ultimately want to be in a good position once they graduate. And you're not gonna get that experience once you graduate. You're not gonna get that experience nowhere else. Like walking out my dorm, I'm surrounded by hundreds and thousands of people that look just like me, that ultimately wanna be successful. So the relationships I built at Morehouse has completely changed my life. Like my friend right here went to Morehouse with me, so like that's my barber from Morehouse. So it's like, the people that's still in my life today were people that I met in college. When I first went off to college, so I had a full ride to go to Prairie View A&M. I decided to go to Morehouse at the very last minute. I got enrolled in classes. They did not give me a scholarship, $47,000 in tuition. Asked everybody in my family, people in my community. I remember they let me enroll in classes, and like within the first 2 weeks, they took my name off the roll sheet. So I went to class, like it was embarrassing for me, because it's like, they not calling my name, and you asking, it's like, you got to balance. You need to go to financial aid. So just that whole process of going to financial aid, calling my mom, like I got kicked out of classes, then going back to my dorm, having a letter on my door, right? Like you have a balance, like, which is like crazy experience for me. But I remember I was in a Morehouse parking deck with my mom, like calling people in my family 2 weeks in the class, trying to figure out how to get back in school. And like out of nowhere, my great uncle, who I hadn't spoken to in like 10 plus since I was a little kid, he pulled out a loan for $47,000. And like he's one of those dudes, like in my family, last person you would think. 2 gold teeth, carry around a 6-pack of beer, he just like talk mess all day long. But yeah, like at that moment I realized the people that had the least end up doing the most. And he definitely had the least in my family, but he was willing to make that sacrifice for me to go to school. So from that moment, I told myself, like, when I get rich one day, like I'm gonna do a scholarship and I'm gonna put it in, his name and his honor.
All you ballers out there, match this. The entrepreneur and Morehouse alum partnered with Schoolie to give away $100,000 in college scholarships. 10 students attending HBCUs are to receive $10,000 each toward their college education.
The $100,000 scholarship is actually in honor of him. It's an annual scholarship. It's running every single year. And yeah, I plan on giving more and more back every single year. Like most of us, experience helped Bryce ultimately decide on entrepreneurship. People don't know what they want until they experience it. Like, a lot of the things that I have right now, I can't say that I've always wanted them, but I got a taste of it, and I realized that, okay, that's what I wanted. And when I was in college, I started working internships, doing going the traditional route, and working at a job, sitting at a desk. I was making money, right? But it's not something that I wanted to do, and I didn't know I wanted to do it. I realized that I wanted to be an engineer, not to be an engineer. I wanted to do it because I heard they make good money. So once I got that experience, I realized, okay, I'm making $20, $25 an hour, which is, at the time for me, that was great money. But I realized if it's not something that you love or you're passionate about, or at least leading you in a direction to retire your family, which I think that's everybody's goal. You're not making $20 an hour, you're selling an hour of your life for $20. And at that moment, that was the light bulb for me, sitting at my desk over the summer 2017 in Cleveland. I realized, okay, once this summer is over, I got to figure out how to leverage the money that I'm making right now and plan my escape route to never have to do this ever again. And literally from 2017, I haven't worked a job. I've took entrepreneurship full-fledged. And at the very beginning, I think, this is a lesson for everybody in the world that wants to be an entrepreneur. When you become an entrepreneur, you got to be willing to take a pay cut in the very beginning. Because a lot of the times, you quit your job, or you say, hey, I don't want to do this, I don't want to work for anybody. In the very beginning, like the start of the process, you may be making less as an entrepreneur than you were making at your job, but the income potential is far greater. So everybody that wants to be an entrepreneur one day, like, that rough patch, first few months, maybe even a few years, you got to be willing to, make the sacrifice. The pain of sacrifice is a whole lot lighter than the pain of regret. So, and regret lasts forever, so.
What about generational perspectives on wealth building?
One of the main generational curses, or just the generational perspective, is like you gotta do the traditional route to become successful. And, you know, specifically my family, I can probably name on one hand probably less than 3 people that I know like went to college and graduated. But you know, I always say you either passing it on or starting it off, because you know most people, they may not have a millionaire in their family, so you got to do something different than what's been done before you to start it off. And you may have a millionaire in your family, and it's your job to continue that legacy for generations to come. So I think, you know, everybody plays a part in carrying on their last name, whether they started it off or carrying it on. I never had a millionaire in my family before I became one. So, you know, for now it's like I'm positioning my little brother and all the younger people that are in my family to know about investing, know about, you know, things that are the future, so we can completely break the perspective of, hey, you got to go to college, you got to get a job, you got to work for somebody in order to become successful, because that's not what I did. And even my little brother now, his basketball dreams have diminished. He doesn't really care. He knows, hey, I don't have to be an athlete or an artist to become successful, because he watching me. And yeah, I think, like I said, I think everybody can play a part in either starting it off or carrying it on. I would say don't so much focus on the money, more so focus on the impact. Media outlets they play a pivotal position in changing the world, just because that's what, you know, people watch TV all day long, people listen to the radio all day long, and you know, even though the wrong things that they may put out may make more money, it's you know, it doesn't play a positive role in changing the world, and at that point you're infamous. It's not about what you know, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you and what they know you for. Financial literacy, learning about investing. Because I know a lot of young people my age, once you make a certain amount of money, you don't know what to do with it. Like, people know how to make money, save money, for sure spend it. People don't know how to multiply money. And you know, once somebody comes into money, it's like, if you don't know what to do with it, it's easy to lose it. Or the one thing worse than not having money is getting the taste of it and losing it. So, you know, and that's the importance of this event, and you know, all of the media behind it. If we can like really push out to, you know, the community, the Black community, and just communities in general, the importance of like, okay, this is how you can make money, but also this is how you can keep it. Right? We don't want to be successful for a year or for 2 years and blow all of our money. We want to be successful for generations to come. My figure of success at the time was my older brother. He had just graduated from Prairie View. He became an engineer, like first person in my family I seen drive a Range Rover, which was a big deal for me. So I'm like, look, I can't wait to be an engineer. And one day he called me in 2017. He was like, you know, this sucks, right? Like, you know, I'm taking a week, I'm changing my schedule, taking a week on, week off. Like the weeks I'm not working, you know, I'm just gonna trade my job money. I'm like, trade your job money. So he started sending me charts and whatnot. And I started looking into it, and I started trying it myself. Didn't know what I was doing. All just luck in the very beginning. By mistake, I ended up making money. And that's when the light bulb went off, because it's like, okay, you know, I only made 50 bucks, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know what I'm doing. So what does that mean once I learn what I'm doing? So that's when I started like really studying it, watching videos, doing my research. And you know, at the time, that wasn't even cryptocurrencies. I was just trading currencies, like exchanging different currencies around the world. Once I got introduced to crypto, that's when my life completely changed forever. Because you know, we moving into a digital world, and even over the course of this last year with the pandemic and everything, that's why a lot more people are finding out about cryptos, hearing about cryptos, because people don't want to exchange money from one person's hands to another. So we're moving into a full digital space, and the value of cryptocurrencies are going through the roof right now. So just, you know, for me to position myself 4 years ago Was I late? I guess you could say, but I was also early at the same time. And you know, I think everybody should focus on the fact that this is still a very, very early time. The fact that we still using paper money just goes to show, like, if you position yourself right now in front of something like that, like, life could look a lot different 5-10 years from now.
Well, that's this episode of Power Moves. I'm Tony Lassane. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And when you come to our YouTube page, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We look forward to it. Take care. See you next time.